Hi guys, it's Kate again. Today we're going to talk about the new Kérastase line, which I would call this the Fortify line, just to make it easy. A lot of the wording sometimes can be confusing for clients. So I just shampooed and conditioned my hair with the new shampoo and conditioner. So I felt like this line was really good to talk about now while we're all in quarantine, because a lot of you will be brushing your hair a lot as we have our hair up in high ponytails or braids or just something to get our hair back. But a lot of us are not obviously like blow drying our hair, doing anything fancy. We're just looking for something really quick and easy. But if you're having a lot of shedding or hair loss, this line is really great. So what they're advertising it as, it said 94% less shedding due to brushing, which would be just hair loss in general, but it's taking it to the next step. If you're kind of going through it and your hair is brittle from maybe, color treated hair, or just like a weakness from maybe like a vitamin deficiency, or like I had said in previous videos, just stress overall. So I started playing around with this. It smells amazing. I'm really super picky with fragrances, so for me to say that is really a lot, because I've said in previous videos, I'm the allergy queen, so I have to be really careful with anything that's super strong, but it really, I hope they come out with a fragrance for this. It's really, really good. I also love the coloring because it's like this pink and orange, which I think is really a very classy combination, so it's really great. The other thing with Kérastase, what they're known for is their Thermiques, which is, they always have just like a cream in every single family, and this one is a spray. But what I like this is if something can just be like a one and done product, I'm happy, because it makes it easy for me, which obviously clients would agree. And what this is a fortifying blow dry fluid, which before I hopped on this video, I shampooed and conditioned my hair, and I wanted to just diffuse it to make it just kind of mimic that, hair like imperfect of what we're gonna do in this video. But with the blow dry fluid, rather than it just being the typical Thermiques where you would squirt it into your hand and run it through, you can spray this in, and it's also a heat protectant. So you could blow dry it into your hair and then go right into it with a flat iron or a curling iron. I love that, because Kérastase previously, they would do a Thermique, and then they also had a thermal protectant spray that you would have to go back into it to get it up to that 450 degree heat protectant. And because the reason why they did that is the Thermique was super soft, and then the thermal protectant sometimes had a little bit of a grit to it. If you're thinking, well, why did they separate it? This technology, maybe they were able to figure out how to keep it super soft. So I wanted to put it into my hair. It's actually really truly is the first time that I'm playing with it. And it's really nice and soft. So I'm always teasing in these videos that, like Rachel Ray, when she's cooking, she always wants to have smell-o-vision of what she's cooking. I always want to have feel-o-vision on these videos. My hair feels really great. So I didn't put a brush through it, but I wanted to be able to show, I was able to diffuse my hair with the Dyson. This is the one, actually I have the box right here, the Supersonic. If you are in Union County, New Jersey, you can get this at the Best Buy, like right on Route 22. You can have it, shipped right to your house, I'm sure. I really love this blow dryer. I know that this obviously is a luxury item if you're lucky enough to have one of these. It's a great blow dryer. I think that if you're gonna diffuse your hair, which I do a lot, I was not diffusing my hair to make it curly, because we're gonna go in with the flat iron. I'm gonna show you some next day hair. But if you are somebody who has curly hair and you're gonna be using your diffuser, this is hands down the best diffuser on the market. This has a ton of technology where they put the holes and these pieces. It's amazing. So even if you're just gonna get it for that, I also put it on low heat, low power, and that was how I dried my hair, just to make it more gentle. But YouTube only gives me 15 minutes to do these videos, so I have to talk fast. Okay, so what I always love to show is, even if my hair looks wild and crazy, obviously this would not be the best next day hair, but it is definitely has some rough texture, but it's just too poofy. So a lot of times people will see me in the salon or when I'm out, and I kind of have that like very cool, like magazine next day hair, and they wonder how I get it. So I will part it down the middle if I want to wear it on a center part, or work off of my part. My hair naturally wants to part just a little bit off center. And I would just take a nice big section, which this is my ear right here, just so you could see. Make a nice big braid. Smooth out the sections before you put it into a braid. My hair is completely dry. And hold this at the bottom. Puff out the braid. Take my flat iron, just tap it. This flat iron I turned all the way up to 450 degrees because now that I have the Kérastase Thermique, this Fortify line, which is really great. I really put a lot of it into my hair because I wanted to make sure if I'm gonna be doing iron work like this into my hair, especially because, you know, I'm on, I think, the 3rd week of quarantine now. My hair is really in need of protection. So I haven't had my color done. So I wanted to make sure that that heat protection was really gonna be in there. And it was nice and light. It wasn't greasy, it wasn't heavy. So then you can slide the flat iron down your hair. So if you were to do this without heat protection, this would be, you'd be in trouble. I mean, you would be oxidizing your color. And then you can switch and go down to the ends, and then you want to just leave that braid and let it cool off. Come over to this side in front of your ear again. Section it into the braids. You can make them kind of tight. So people watch me do this in the salon a ton of times before I go out. If I find out unexpectedly I'm going out, see, I'm puffing it out. You don't really worry that, see, this is, you know, puffing out over here, that's okay. Because it just adds to cool texture. The sunlight's gonna help us really see this texture, this braid. See, I'm just tap, tap, tap. Kind of hold it down. You can slide down the braid. You wouldn't slide up the braid because you would be opening up frizz. So the Kérastase Thermique is definitely doing its job because you can see that there is no smoke or anything happening. So I must have done a good job drying my hair too. Get all the way up here, switch to the bottom. Okay, let that one cool. So I'm not gonna go all the way around because I think everyone's getting the point. I'll take some braids over here. Running out of my YouTube 15 minutes. 15 minutes of fame. So the funny part is I will do these braids sometimes, and then while they're cooling off, I will run outside and walk my dog, and my neighbors think that I'm absolutely crazy, but they will then see me when I'm done, when I'm about to go out, and they're like, oh wow, that turns into that. It's amazing. But ladies, you know, all the tricks. Only the people who live with us know what we look like. as we're getting ready or without makeup. Everybody on my YouTube channel now knows what I look like without makeup on, but that's okay. That's what I'm here for. No shame in this game. Okay. So now I'm really speeding up because I just want to show how easy this is, especially like if you have the right product, if you have the right tools. And I'm a big advocate. You don't always need the most expensive stuff. I think it's all about doing your research, being pointed in the right direction. I'm gonna do this quick braid. Especially when you have long hair, because I'm growing my hair out. Do this one real quick. Hold that down. Make sure that you do the ends real well. Okay. So, take this one out. Nice cool texture. There you go. So these front ones obviously are going to cool off first. Perfect. So you could go in with like a dry texture. This is like on a photo shoot, they would do these, braids all the time. And that's it. So that is Kérastase. The sunlight is having trouble. So Kérastase, the Fortify, which I think is really great, up to 450 degrees, the shampoo and the conditioner, and that was Oribe Dry Texture. So just 4 braids, and that's it. Hope that helps.